All right, English 10, Semester 2, welcome to class. Let's go ahead and get started today. If you were in here for the first semester, some of this stuff is going to look very familiar. And that being because I'm basically going over the PowerPoint again. Let's start sharing that so that we can get rolling. All right, you know what? I don't like that. There we go. That's better. All right, so summer school. 2020, this is English 10, second semester. Mr. Covington, that is me. Let's get rolling. This class is going to be in an all-digital format. It's a first time for me, or actually second time for me. Hopefully first or second time for you. Shouldn't be too hard to get done. And if at any time you need anything, the chat part of the lecture is where you're going to put that. If you don't know where that is, I will show you real quick. Here is my Teams. I have it open. If you look at this conversation spot right here, here we go. Ask questions here. Boom, there it is. All right. Summer School 2020. Here we go. This is an online digital format. Okay, so new formats for me and you. I understand that it may not be ideal, but we're going to work with what we have. We're going to be fully digital, and you will only see each other during Teams meetings, which will happen daily. I'm going to be having these things daily. You'll be doing 3 things daily: lecture, group work, and independent work. Your syllabus will be in Teams. It's already uploaded into the Files tab. Okay. Here we go. Daily expectations. You're going to log into Teams. You're going to be present for the lecture. Everybody's got to be here at 9:30. That's how I take attendance. If you're not here at 9:30 and that happens twice, guess what? I'm dropping you because we got enough to worry about without me having to chase after people and get them to class. All right. Minimize your distractions. Okay. Don't have a ton of different things going on during class time, please. It's not going to be that long. Like literally, it'll be like a half an hour, maybe 40 minutes. Today might be a little long just because we're introducing it. If you don't want to turn on your camera, don't turn on your camera. I'm going to have my camera on. You're going to be able to see me, but we'll talk about cameras and stuff like that later. Complete your work. Please complete your work. I had a couple of people decide that they were going to fall off the face of the earth semester 1, but everybody that actually was present and came to class and attended lectures didn't get below a B. Does that sound like a good deal to you? Because it sounds like a good deal to me. Make sure you're here, make sure you're keeping up, and we're going to be fine. Flip grid reflections. Everybody that did a flip grid reflection regularly got above a B. So, okay, high B or above. Make sure you're doing those flip grid reflections. We'll talk about those, and I'll walk you through how to do one in a minute. Group work. Group work is required. It's gonna be easier way for you and for me to work together. Your group will be for your novel. The novel we are reading this semester is Of Mice and Men. If you read it before, great. That is awesome. Bring your knowledge to the group and share it. If you haven't, it's a pretty simple book. It's only 100 pages. I think there are 9 or 10 chapters, and it goes fairly quickly. So we're going to be doing that together. Your group will meet in teams in a novel group. I will set that up once you let me know who is in your group. You can have 4 people in your group, and that is it. If you want more, I'm sorry, that's not going to happen. You can have less, but I kind of want to keep it around 3. So 3 to 4 people in your group. Once you know who your group is, open up a chat box, one of your members, and let me know. I will create a special section for you in Teams that will let you meet together, and you guys will be the only ones in there. I will do that once I get your group. Let's keep going. Oh, be ready for me to jump in and check your progress. Look, if you're not doing work, I'm going to jump in and say, hey, what's going on? If your work's being turned in regularly, I don't have a reason to jump in. You guys meet, you guys get the work done, and you don't have to hear from me. And then lastly, be ready to pull your own weight. We had a couple people get a couple groups with members that ghosted their group. Hey, Even though we're only turning in one, if your group is telling me, yeah, I haven't seen Tom in like 4 days. Guess what? You're not going to get credit for it. It's that simple. If you're having problems in your group, communication is key. Use that chat box. People in semester one used it very well. I felt like we were having a decent dialogue and communication, and whenever they needed help, they would jump in that chat, and I would respond as soon as I can. Mount SAC expectations. Mount SAC expects that we are actively engaged in class 3 hours a day. Okay, 3 hours a day. That includes lecture, group work, and shared time online. Okay, so all work will be due Friday except Flipgrid. We'll talk about that. But I'm gonna be lecturing for a little bit. Nobody wants to sit and hear me talk for an extended period of time, and I totally get that. So what is going to happen is I am going to come on, lecture, talk about what either the short story or some of the poetry, or I will talk about Of Mice and Men for a little bit, and then I will let you go to complete the daily work or your group work. After I let you go for the day, you're going to go into your novel groups for an hour and meet together and do that work there. Okay, so that's already about an hour and a half, an hour and 40 minutes. I will keep the general chat open in the meeting is still going to be going. So if you have questions, all you have to do is hop into that meeting and ask me a question. I had plenty of people do that last semester. And then I also had people chatting. So either way, I will be available. There will always be a meeting running until about noon in the general chat. Failure to complete work or meet with teacher, it's a drop, guys, because nobody got time for that. All right, so sample daily. Here we go. Attend lecture discussion 30 to 60 minutes. Group novel work 60 to 20. Complete individual work 60 minutes. Complete a Flipgrid 15 minutes. And then end of the day check-in. So if you complete this Flipgrid, it didn't work so well last semester. Hopefully it'll work better this semester. If not, at 12:15, I'm going to say everybody come back into a meeting so I can check on your progress. I don't want to do that. Nobody has time for that. Please complete that Flipgrid. If two things don't happen, if you don't come to the meeting, the lecture at 9:30, and you haven't given me a message to say why you can't be here, and if you are not completing your Flipgrid, you will not get credit for attendance for the day, and it's that simple. So make sure that you are doing those Flipgrid. We need to work together to pass. Anybody that messaged me or worked with me last semester, it's only 12 days. A's and B's, all of them. Okay? I don't want you to fail. That is not why we are here. We are here to make up a semester of work. I need to do a couple of things like make sure you can do vocabulary, make sure that you understand some poetry terms, and make sure you can read and answer questions. If we can get those things done, guess what? You'll be fine. Daily check-ins to help me help you. These are going to be done on Flipgrid. It's an easy way to let me know how you're doing. When people let me know how they were doing or had a question, I responded immediately. So please use that as an opportunity. Group work is a collaboration. Work together to get work done. Okay, if your group is like, hey, these people aren't showing up, I don't know what's going on, guess what? You're getting booted out of the group, and the people who work are going to work. And then you'll probably get dropped from the class because you're not participating, and that's not cool. Let's make sure everybody gets credit and move on. If you have any questions, comments, or concern, I'm always available through Teams. Reach out, use that chat feature. Let's talk about a couple of expectations for class. Here is Teams. This is yours. This was semester one's. I'm going to show you semester one's because it has a lot more of the things we have in it. So every day I record lecture. It goes here. Every day we're going to be doing a Flipgrid. Sometimes it'll go here. Sometimes I'll drop it in an assignment. Just be able to look for it. This is how we're taking our quizzes. We're using this thing called Quizzes. You click on that link, you put your name in, and you go. These are novel groups. Once you start meeting with your group, these will be here. Look at what it says, though. See, this meeting ended 41 minutes. I can see exactly who is in the meeting and what day that meeting was, yesterday, and how long the meeting was. So when I say you need to meet for an hour, I can tell who's in the meeting, how long the meeting was, and if I want to, I can click in there and see exactly how long each participant was in the meeting. I had to do that twice last semester because people would be like, I was there, and they were there for 5 minutes, and that's not cool. These novel groups are set up for you. They're going to have a little lock, which means only the people in the group can be in the meeting. This is why I need to know who you want on your novel team. Once you let me know, I will set this up for you. If you don't let me know by the end of the day today, I am randomly assigning you a group. And let me tell you, the groups I randomly assigned didn't work well together. The groups that picked their own group seem to do a lot better. So go through, see who's in class, and or post in the chat, hey, I'm looking for a group who wants to join up. I can tell people are meeting because of this little symbol right here. That means we are meeting right now. See this? It says join. This is who's in here. I got 20 kids in here right now. Not bad out of the 44 who are supposed to be here. This is scheduled every day at 9:30. I will start at about 8:30 just in case you have any questions. I will be monitoring it, but I will start the live lecture at 9:30. Your assignments will be here in this assignment tab. You have one already. This is the Of Mice and Men book and study guide. This is what yours looks like. It's 100 points. You need to get in a novel group today of no more than 4 people. Send me the members in the chat. Once you are in your novel group, I will give you the 100 points. So make sure you get that to me. This is the text. So if I click on it, it will show me the Of Mice and Men text that you get to read. 104 pages in this version. This is the study guide. Here are all the questions. Some of them have more than others. There is vocabulary at the beginning that you might not know of each chapter. This one has 19, this one has 20, this one has 26. I think they get shorter as it goes. Yeah, see, there's only 6 chapters in this one. So, there we go. 6 chapters, which means we're going to be reading about a chapter every other day and turning in those work. It's very simple. Anything else? Your syllabus is under the Files tab, right here, online, NTSAC. Let's go over this real quick, because I need to make sure everybody understands it. Let's zoom out a little bit. Here we go. English 2 is a comprehensive course that develops students' reading, writing, speaking, and listening skills. This course emphasizes students' involvement in a wide selection of texts. Basically, this is what we're going to be able to do. Use academic and literary devices to analyze and critique literature, analyze and critique the organizational patterns, structural features, and arguments in any given text, analyze literary works, analyze theme and central idea, compose research papers, essays. We're going to be doing like one essay, so that's kind of not crazy. Write and speak with the command of standard English and compose and create. Student learning objectives. This is from NTSAC. You're going to pass a cumulative course. You're going to construct an essay. You're going to analyze literature. NTSAC grading policy. Because your summer class is offered through NTSAC College, you will receive a grade and it will be recorded on a non-credit academic record through the college's computer system. Your grade will be recorded as a standard letter grade, A through F. Your school will also enter a grade for this class on your official school transcript. If you drop the class after it has been in session for 42 hours, that's 7 days or more, you'll be given a grade that takes into account your incomplete work. If you drop the class before 7 days, I'll pull your name from the roster. No grade will be reported. Course calendar, students will be reading 1 novel and writing at least 1 process paper. Other work will include writing grammar instruction, submission of several papers or project based on novel, and quizzes or tests. Because of the online nature of the course, this is the meat and potatoes. Students will be paced by the week instead of daily. There will be a daily lesson which students are required to view, but the order in which you complete your work is up to you. All work is due by Friday at 3 p.m. Late work will be assessed a penalty. Some work will not be accepted late, and I will make that clear as it is signed. Group work will be essential to your passing the class. You will meet in groups daily. All group work is to be done in the team's environment in the class tab during class time. You will be getting credit and I will drop into the meetings from time to time to check on progress. If I cannot get into the meeting, you will get no credit for the day. Semester 2, we start today. Ignore the dates, I screwed up. Of Mice and Men, 1 through 4. Yeah, see, I was working with a different one, so even that's a mistake. This is going to be 1 and 2. This is going to be 3 and 4. And then the last week we'll be reading 5 and 6. I'm going to be dropping some poetry in there. These are some of the ones I might drop in. And then there's a couple of short stories that I'm going to be dropping in as well. When I drop in a short story or a poem, it's individual work. That's all it is. You get the work done, you submit it on time, I give you credit. If you have any questions on that, you're going to let me know. You'll also be doing vocab every week. I'm going to show you what that looks like real quick. It is not complicated, and anybody that did it last semester will tell you it's not. I use a site called Vocab Tests, and it works with the vocab book that we used to use. All right. Here is vocab. Oh, that's not it. There it is. That's not it either. Jesus. Oh, yeah, it is. Haha. I'm going crazy. Uh-oh. What happened? Here we go. All right, let's go to a different one. Let me log in real quick. All right, home. So you're a sophomore. We're going to start with Unit 4. And here we go. This part at the top that says take tests, that's what you will be doing for credit. I will assign this at the beginning of the week. Every activity that you do counts for 5 points toward your quiz. Your quiz will happen at the end of a week's time. This first one will probably be on Monday. So what you do is you come in here and you click on this, and it says the word that most nearly matches the definition. Being joined in close association. That's affiliated. The word with most nearly limited. Finite. So you're going to go through and you're going to take this. And literally, I'm just going to hit A for all of these right now. Oh, look, it actually allows me to select until it's right. At the end of this assignment, there will be a score page. And on the score page, you will have an opportunity to put a couple of different things in. I will show you what that score page looks like right now. So here's one from last semester. Samuel got 100%. It tells me exactly what he got right. At the bottom of this page, there is a spot for my email. Please type that email in. It's tcovington@bassettusd.org. Okay? tcovington@bassettusd.org. It's right there. tcovington@bassettusd.org. Once you type it in once and you go back, it'll actually remember it. Make sure your cookies are on. Let's see, anything else? I got vocab, I got book, I got multiple choice. Poetry, let's look at the poetry. I use you know what, let's just go back into the old one. I'll transport it over into the new one. So I use something called Soapstone for you to analyze your poems. Okay? When you're reading a poem, you have to answer these questions, and they are simple. Speaker, identify who's telling the story or giving the information. Is it omniscient narrator? So you answer these questions in this box here. I'm going to give you a word version you can type right in it. Occasion. The occasion refers to the time and place. Where and when do the events take place? From what geographical and chronological context is the speaker thinking and acting? How does the time and place affect the text? What details are given? If you put one sentence or one word in these boxes, you are not getting credit. Okay? Answer the questions. It's that simple. When you go through a poem a couple of times, you'll be able to pull these out pretty quickly. I'm going to be doing this on a poem tomorrow, so hold questions off on that until tomorrow. But we'll be walking through a poem, and I'll be breaking it down with all of these. Anything else? Soapstone, there's that. Novel groups. I ain't got anything else for you today except for you to be able to get into your novel groups. Remember, 100 points is on the line. I will also be putting your first short story into the assignments as soon as we are done here. That will pop up in the feed just like this one did. Once again, if you ever need to check on your assignments, this tab up here works for that. I will be checking the chat for questions. I see none so far. If you have questions, let me know. If not, guys,